Hey, Shalom, Shalom. This one start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Salutation to all your Akiams pushing this word, pushing this word in sincerity and truth. Shalom to all you Akwats listening and learning. This year again is your brother Yassad from the Trinidad JMS Prophetic Vibration Camp, bringing on to another lesson will not edify to the spirit. So here it is, the devil slowly back again, gradually going along with his plan, by actually wanting to juice all these students, So I'll read this article and bring in one or two precepts. Just a quick video, just for edification, because we out here as watchmen is to watch and see, to be on watch for the flock. And this here is the devil targeting your kids, This is the devil actually targeting your kids. The scriptures say, a fierce nation who wouldn't regard the young nor the old. So I'll read on. Education and Health Ministries to launch juice drive in schools. Yeah, because they actually certain students are allowed to go into school, by wearing the mask and following along with the procedures. Whether they juiced or not, they're allowed to go in school. But here it is now from February the 21st that they're gonna start targeting school students to set out that they ought to be juiced. And this actually is a big jump, from the devil. Let's see, the Ministry of Health is launching its juice drive in secondary schools on Monday the 21st of February 2022 in collaboration with the Ministry of Education. According to a release from the ministry, the juice drive will target school personnel as well as parents and students ages 12 years and older. So from 12 years and above, they're gonna target you to inform you on taking the juice. Phase 1 of the project will run from February the 21st to the 25th. So these phases, they could probably actually be giving out letters to the students and the the day that have to be given consent from the parents, and with their parents being there while the child taking the juice, get permission from the parents to actually go on with it, so and that is just how the devil actually is gonna attack a lot of you Jakes and Israelites out there, by interfering with your child's education, by interfering with your breadline. All of these are measures, that they actually gradually taken to draw you in, to draw you in, whether And hey, they join you in so mentally structured that is like you don't even know it. You're being boxed in for the kill and you don't even know it. Because hey, this devil's his words is smoother than butter, but war in his heart. You know, they had their reasons. There are a lot of doctors that, actually showing you that hey, these juices have parasites. They actually create, they spread parasites and viruses and all these things. I mean, come on, you could actually research it for yourselves. Research uh what is contained in these juices, all these things. Um, you know, as well as parents and students ages 12 years and older. Phase 1 of the project will run from February 21st to the 25th, 2022, and targets 35 schools across the country. The ministry release confirmed. And yeah, these ministers, they just taking orders from the heads come down. You know, it said the ministry says uses of students 12 to 17 years of age will occur only with the written permission of the parent/guardian who must be present at the time of being in the act. And we speak so because hey, through the algorithms we getting a lot of strikes lately. Yeah, this. If I get another strike again, my page could be, they could take down my whole page. This devil. But it's all good. It's all good. It's a pre-registration forms for parents, staff, and students are available on Ministry of Health website, etc. The ministry says all who wish to be juiced must present their completed forms and identification cards where applicable. Parents/guardians also must provide birth certificates for students. The health ministry also notes that principals of the schools identified for phase 1 of school juice drives are making the necessary arrangement for implementation. Yeah, so they don't pass on the message, and these schools gonna actually conduct the phase 1 starting from Monday the 21st, the 21st of February, and would be in contact with parents to provide them with relevant information. Wow. It's like, hey, they pushing this upon the kids, and the kids hardly even have the knowledge about what going on because the parents might just be the parents might do have the knowledge of these things, and just because they realize, well, the devil actually bringing a strain and a stress upon them, they would actually run out and adhere and conform to whatsoever the devil or the system tell them. Well, hey, you had to do this, and they just rush for it. They go down to Egypt and accept what Egypt have to offer them, and hey, they are gonna bring a lot of havoc upon these kids. Because hey, when you look at it, and they keep all these things hidden, they having a lot of side effects upon the kids that actually take these things. Why? I'm gonna just go to the scriptures, the book of Isaiah, chapter 10, and verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. And that is what they're doing. Hmm. You know, this here is an unrighteous decree. You know, because soon they implementing this is that, you know, for your child to and to take the the to come into the educational system, they ought to be juiced, and that is where it's gonna come to. So all these children, upcoming children, they're gonna have a consent onto the system from the time they enter into the schools. From growing up from a young age. That is how terrible it is. You know, these times here, you know, the devil knew he had but a short time. You know. So that's why he coming down with this great wrath, and hey, gradually, hey, this devil that's making everything be calm for you all to take you all by the necks gradually until it's like he letting you, hey, they allowing, you know, the carnival, and they set out the thing with the pods where they could go out and, you know, enjoy themselves and do all these things, but the devil actually making moves. And that is why the Lord set us up as the watchmen to bring out the news to you all. You know, this year is they making moves gradually here. While you all studying, you know, mirth and possess and all these things, they setting up your kids to be juiced. I got the scripture here. I think it's Micah. Let's see. Yeah. Micah 2 and 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. And that is not the normal beds that is talking about, you know, the summit and all these things where they gather up to, you know, to make decisions what they're gonna do, to plan out, you know, how they're gonna oppress the people, how they're gonna carry about themselves with their agenda and all these things. Because hey, you remember this devil, he cunning, he as wise as a hey, the devil, as the scripture, according to the scripture, it say he was wiser than Daniel. So this devil know is not to just shove something down your throat. When you feeding an animal medicine, when you go and give an animal medicine, what you do? You know, you put it and mix it in the food. And hey, that's just it, you know, they come up with this whole pandemic. And they're using the pandemic now, you know, mentally to have you think, well, it had to be so. When they already have you not, they already have you in their snare and their trap already. Well, hey, it's a woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, as meaning when the time is right. You know, now the CLA is a correct time for them to send out the phase one in targeting the students at school from 12 years to 17 years to and up to be juiced. They practice it. Yeah, because they actually carry out what they what they planned out. They execute it because it is in the power of their hand. Yeah, it is in the power of their hand, so they could do it because they don't feel the ministers and all these things, all this government actually running affairs and things of the country. They actually are, but they also are taking orders. Because hey, here's the quote. This quote from one of the Rothschilds and them. So lucky, bear with me for a moment. Yeah, look, one of the quotes say, Mayor Amschel Rothschild, let me issue and control a nation's money, and I care not who writes the laws. And that is just the thing, because, hey, wow, look another one here. It say, I care not what puppet is placed upon the throne of England to rule the empire on which the sun never sets. The man who controls Britain's money supply controls the British Empire, and I control the British money supply. Nathan Mayer Rothschild. So come on, the setup of these governance is way beyond than we think. Going back to the Maccabees, where it say the yeah. Hey, let me just get a day quick. Yeah. The scripture was saying they need a way crown. Let me see if I find it here. Right. First Maccabees. I'm going to start at verse 13. It says, also that whom they would help to a kingdom, those reign, and whom again they displace finally, that they were greatly exalted. Yet all of this, none of them wore a crown, or was clothed in purple to be magnified thereby. Moreover, how they had made for themselves a senate house, wherein 320 men sat in council daily, consulting always for the people, to the end they might be well ordered. And that is just how the system set up. The quote from the Rothschild, from the horse's mouth, was just perfectly on point. It say, and that they committed their government to one man every year. Well, this is every 5 years, who ruled over all their country, and that all were obedient to that one, and that there was neither envy or emulation among them. And that is it, because this is way back in the Maccabees time. From A. And the devil have been in power since the time of Alexander the Great. And this year is going into the Greco-Roman Empire. And right now is the revived Roman Empire back at it again upon the throne. But hey, we actually seeing who actually controls all these things. The 1%, the elites. They have the power. This is all their show, their play. But entirely, this is all Yahweh Hashem Yahushai play. But, the Lord gave them, the scripture said the earth is given into the hand. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Job 9 and 24. Right. It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges hereof. If not we, and who is he? You know? Yeah, it given unto them. So that's why the Micah say, um, the power is in their hand. You know? So hey, that's why when the wicked rule in authority, the people mourn. Because it might even have protest, and hey, the Jake so simple and so stupid, you know, so sottish in so-called Trinidad here. It's like anything the government throw at them, they run out to eat it like a hungry dog. But hey, judgment is coming to you, Jakes. Because the scripture so warned you that go down to Egypt for help. You know, it finished off saying it's gonna be a confusion and your shame. You're gonna actually regret taking that path. But hey, hope this small lesson was edifying. Shalom to all your Akiams. Pushing this word double honors unto the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Shalom.